welcome back to class. Um, we've been dealing with angles between lines. In this video, we are going to be looking at angles in parallel lines. Angles in parallel lines. So angles in parallel lines. So now, when you have two lines parallel, the first one we are going to be dealing with is let us look at what we call alternate angles. Okay, let us look at alternate angles. Alternate angles. Let's check that out first. So when we have two lines parallel to each other, so this arrow is a symbol showing two or more lines parallel to one another. So if we have a particular line going across the parallel lines, we call that line a transversal. We call it a transversal. So this transversal will definitely form some angles on both lines. Okay, since both lines have a relationship as a parallel line, so the relationship will show that some angles are actually related. Okay, so if we look at this, the angle here is similar to this if you check it very well. So because if you move this line, maybe you move it round, as this angle is increasing, this one too is also increasing. Okay, so the angle here, which forms the same thing with this, they are alternate to each other. Okay, it is within the parallel line and then on opposite sides of the transversal. Angle within the parallel line and on opposite sides of the transversal, they are what? Alternate angles. Let me label this place as P and this place as what? Q. So we can say that P is equal to Q because alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles are equal. Now, in a particular parallel line, you can have several transversals. You can have several transversals. Maybe you have another one like this. If you have another one such as that, the angle here and the angle here, let me call it A and B. So we also have A to be equal to B because alternate angles, alternate. You can also write angles in this format. You can use this symbol for angles, not less than. So we have angles. Alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles are equal. Okay, we can have several ones like that. In fact, you can even do another one this way. Okay, so if you take this place and this place, maybe W and X. So W equals to X because alternate angles are equal. Okay, now another thing we'll discuss here is what we call corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Okay, corresponding angles are equal. Corresponding angles are equal. So when you say two angles are corresponding and then they are equal, so that's also related to what? Parallel lines. So if you have some parallel lines, maybe two of them, okay, let's have parallel line and a transversal. Okay, so the angle that is formed on the first, the angles formed on the same side of the transversal but on different parallel lines. Let me come back to this. In this case, when angles are formed on the either sides of the transversal and they are in between the parallel lines, then those angles are alternate angles, such as this, and this. But in this case, the angles are formed on the same side, of the transversal. Okay. Now, let's show the pattern now. When you have an angle on this side, this is on the first parallel line. It is the same as the same position on the other parallel line. You can see this angle here and this angle, they are corresponding. So if I say that this one is angle M, and this one is angle N, I can say that M is equal to N because corresponding angles are equal. Yeah, corresponding angles are equal. Also, there are so many angles that are corresponding here. This angle here and this one, they are corresponding. Let's say P and Q. P equals to Q because corresponding angles are equal. Corresponding angles are equal. So there are several ones like that. In fact, from this place, here and here, they are corresponding. Okay? F and G. Let's say FG. So F equals to G, corresponding angles. The same thing, the same reason. Also, the angle here and the angle here, let's say okay, let's say A and B. So A is also equal to B because corresponding angles are equal. You discover that I put two arcs for this. It's also showing our previous rule. That is vertically opposite angles. That means A can be equal to P, vertically opposite angles. Q can be equal to B, vertically opposite angles. G equals to N, vertically opposite angles. But meanwhile, we are dealing with what? Corresponding angles. Angles are formed the same pattern on the same side of the transversal, but on different lines that are parallel. Okay, so another thing we are going to discuss here, which will be the last one for this class. Okay. Okay. I think let's do an example in the next class. Right. Thank you and God bless you.